What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of Lyrics to Go. I want to thank you to the number of new Patreon supporters we got in the last 2 weeks. Special shout out to the homie Chase, who also was the latest one to join. Yeah, we'll put that content out there, man. We'll put it out there, and we're hoping you guys enjoy it. So, you know, we're very pleased to see the reception. We're going to be doing some gameplays in it, too. It won't be just a lot of me babbling, even though you guys seem to enjoy it, and I enjoy doing it, too. So I don't want to underplay it too much if you guys are getting an enjoyment out of it. But today's topic in the Lyrics to Go is the PlayStation, the PlayStation's 5 placement into next generation, and why I feel like, as things stand right now, unless Microsoft got a crazy ace card up their sleeve that involves a game or something phenomenal that's available at launch, why you're going to see a repeat of last generation early. Here's the thing, guys and gals. As much as people do enjoy the water cooler talk of having to deal with what do you call that? Having, the water cooler talk of, oh, this platform did this, and they bought that person, and oh, it's over for the other platform, And we saw that with Insomniac, right? And then there was a much bigger boom immediately, and reasonably so, when Microsoft bought Bethesda. People want to call it over, and it's not over. It's not over. It's definitely not over for Sony, whose lifeline is the PlayStation 5. Now, is it going to be a contentious? Is it likely to be a lot more contentious? Oh yeah. I mean, I tell you, Xbox picked up, picked up a company, or is partnering now with a company that they're serious, man. They're serious about, doing a lot better this gen than they did, or the next gen than they did last gen. So, yeah, Starfield or Starpoint, Elder Scrolls 6, and all those other games are hitting, and they're high in demand, and they grow the Gamepass subscriber base to that 30 million plus. As I said, that's their sweet spot. If they get it there, yeah, it's gonna be a contentious session between Microsoft and Sony. And say what you want, Microsoft can say this all they want. Their ultimate goal is to be on a global plateau as far as reach when it comes to gaming against Amazon and Google, yes. But their competitor in the here and now is PlayStation. No shadow of a doubt. So with that said, and I said that again to say this, Microsoft is good in getting you all excited about down the road, while not really presenting you with much here and now. And I just want people to understand that don't lose focus of what's going on now. You're paying for a product that is going to be in your hands now, not for the prospects of something that's going to happen down the road. Gaming is not a 501c plan. It should not be a 501c plan. It should always be about what they're giving you in the here and now and what they're proposing down the road. But nonetheless, yeah, it's going to be a contentious battle between the two in the future. With that said, there's two things that are heavily in PlayStation's favor right now. First and foremost, the tracking, Secondly, the immediate offerings. The current tracking still shows that the PlayStation is destroying the Xbox in anticipation. I mean, we just saw a report of a sample group of people. Not the biggest sample group, but I think it's close to what we're seeing globally in other sample groups. But this sample group of people, they asked about pre-orders and people who made pre-orders. And it appears that 75% of the pre-orders in the U.S., the largest console market in the world, 75% of the pre-orders were for PlayStations. So if you take that into consideration, the overwhelming majority of the overwhelming majority have been PlayStations, even though PlayStation did something very nefarious and lying to people about their quote-unquote belief in generations. They've made it more abundantly clear in the minds of gamers, on average, not the console warlords, not the faithful Xbox people. This is where you got to get out of your hub in your bubble. But to the average consumer, they've made it more obvious to them that even though there's going to be cross-generational stuff, you got to get a PlayStation. Where Xbox's, you got to get a PS5. Where Xbox's message has been more muddled. I don't need to sell you a console, but we got the most powerful one. But we believe in no gamer left behind. It's been all over the place, and they haven't shown a Ratchet & Clank or Miles Morales that kind of helps underline to gamers, okay, this is why I got to get this next gen console. Now, there's supposed to be a showcase coming up. And it might help people see that better, but this is kind of late because consoles are coming out in about a month, and I think all the pre-orders have been, wrapped up. So I don't know how good it's going to do them if all the pre-orders are wrapped up. With that being said, again, when you gauge globally, or even in the United States, you're looking at a range of 65 to 75% in favor of PlayStation. It's not good for Xbox. Secondly, you have the in-your-hand offerings. I'm going to say this. After that PS5 breakdown, I'm even more enthused at what that presents as far as value is concerned. I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that in order to reach the SSD, you have to unscrew something. Look, it's as complicated as it was replacing your mechanical laptop hard drive in the PlayStation 3. And that was PlayStation's worst selling console that still ran neck and neck with the Xbox, and they didn't really have anything exclusive that that people wanted to jump out of the window for, and it was overpriced to a lot of consumers. You don't have those same flaws here. You don't have an overpriced unit. You don't have a unit that doesn't have exclusive content. And again, the replacement of the hard drive is to me, putting an NVMe drive is a lot more simpler than putting in the mechanical drive in the PS3. So, because all that, I don't see where people think this is going to hamper them. That's not going to be a successful campaign trying to underscore why that's a problem. I don't think. And then they're already showing options where you might get less space, but they're showing cheaper options. $50, $70 less than the proprietary one that Xbox is offering. So if you take in the fact that they're giving you a more robust set of options and cheaper for upgrading your storage, you're getting day one content that you can't get anywhere else with Godfall. Your other content they have that is exclusive to the ecosystem has games that was, seriously revamped and upgraded for the PlayStation experience, AAA ones at that, and you don't have that on the counterpart. The only thing that the Xbox Series has going for it at launch is that it has a $300 model. But then as far as I understand, that model is in very limited supply. So, I don't know. I just feel that people are not looking at the entire picture. I think that we are going to see 60-65% market share at launch. They're both going to sell out. Because I think they're both, not running at the capacity they want to because of COVID. But I think you're going to see a 60. I'm going to say at the least a 60-40 split between PlayStation and Xbox. And the Xbox community might say, oh, that's great, that's fantastic. That's less than last year's launch. They were pretty much neck and neck. I think it was like 55-45 the first month or so. So if the first few months you see a 60-40 split at worst, that means that they're starting to track off worse than they did last gen, and that's not good because they threw everything but the kitchen sink in at this gen. Going into next gen, especially with the purchase of Bethesda. So a good sign would be for them to be tracking as well as they are, or they're tracking better than they did last launch. And if that doesn't happen, then wow. So with that said, that's it from your boy. Let me know what your thoughts below, and if you'd like to let someone else know, share it out. And that's it. Alrighty. Have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.